Hello friends, family, followers, and guests. I appreciate you taking a minute to watch this video with me. Labor Day is a truly sad day for me. Back in the day, it was December of 1984, there was a coal mine fire. I was laid off at the time. One of the problems that happened as a result of this is that everybody did investigations and the real causes of the fire were not published. When the Senate committee had its hearing, the company came in and basically, I don't know whether they lied or they were just uninformed, but they did not tell the truth. The union came in and they were very politically involved in that. It was all the fault of the company, blah, 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 blah. Mike Delpaz at that time was head of the local, and he had the information in his hand that actually led to the real cause of the fire. He never disclosed that. The community went on to later think he was a hero, elect him mayor of his local community, when in fact, he's probably singularly as responsible for that fire as anybody. The reason my heart lays heavy at this time of year is that I'd had an arbitration, and the arbitrator from Arizona, Harold White, wrote such a wrong, devastating arbitration award for the company that it kept all of the issues out of the record at that time, the real issues as to the cause of the fire. So I've written books, Oregon Concealed, and you've heard me talk about Oregon Concealed. I have about 38 left, or maybe it's 28, and I don't think I'm going to get any more because I was selling these books, teaching concealed handgun classes in Oregon, and selling them through the class. The other book I have is Confessions of a Cold War Spy. I was a Cold War spy back in the 1960s. And this is my first year of training. Training at Fort Ord for basic, and Fort Devens, and then also Fort Meade, Maryland. It's new, actually. I haven't worked on marketing it, but neither one of these books is important for this video. The most important book that I've written 4 times, and each time tore my heart out, and each time I don't think was good enough to print, is a book about the real causes that you won't find anywhere in the record of the coal mine fire in December 1984 that killed 27 miners. Of those 27 miners, I knew all but 3 of them, and I socialized with several. It tore my heart out at that time. It continues to tear my heart out. And the reason why Labor Day is such a sad time for me is that Labor Day in 1984, prior to the fire, I needed $1,500 to appeal the decision, and I had a law firm that was willing to take my case. They normally did not take cases of anybody other than the employer. Their history going back into the 1800s was to represent employers. They had taken 6 cases for the employee. And mine would have been the 7th, but they wouldn't take it without an upfront fee of $1,500. $1,500. So we turned to the Labor Day, went to the Labor Day, and the local union, coal mine union, at this Labor Day celebration, I later learned that Mike Delpaz couldn't afford, and the union couldn't afford $1,500 to advance my case and actually put on the table the issues, the real issues that caused that fire. But they spent $25,000 on the celebration. If any of you are from Utah or back in the Helper or Price area, ask Mike about it and see what he says. I put that information in his hands before the fire, after the fire, and I had witnesses, and I gave it to him certified as well. If he says he knows nothing about it, it's because he's getting old and he doesn't remember. If that's not the reason, then he's a liar. With that said, and with a heavy heart, I'm doing as I do on most Labor Days. I'm sitting at home, trying not to be despondent. With a little bit of luck, if my wife feels a little better, I might go to a show. Oh, let me end. As long as I've got these, I've got 28 of Oregon Conceal left. I have about 2,000 of these that I'm going to start marketing in the near future. Give me a call, 541-579-3500. Drop me an email, send me a Facebook, and the books are also on Amazon and they can be ordered there. But here's the punchline. In closing, this is not about me selling books today. This is about a book, and it's the book that I probably, ultimately, will not write. I invite you to my website, thinkingrite.org, thinkingrite, W-R-I-T-E, not R-I-G-H-T.org, and look up the little bit I have there about coal mining. I hope I have not put a damper on anybody's otherwise good time. And as a final aside, the current president of the AFL-CIO, Richard Trumka, was, at the time of the fire, the president of the UMWA, United Mine Workers of America, and he too had this information and did nothing about it. I suspect, in all fairness to Trumka, it probably came into their main office, and it's probably not something that surfaced. A lot of people with bitches, gripes, complaints write about them. We'll see what happens. I look forward to you being responsive, if you will. I appreciate it. And I hope you have a great day and that this week's a great week for you. Until the next time, make it so.